you torn between opting in or out of the NHS pension scheme? Hold your horses, because in this video, I will try my best to objectively show you what it means to be in the NHS pension program and what are the things that one should consider before deciding. Just to manage your expectation, this is not a video that will thoroughly discuss the pension scheme, as it is an extensive topic to cover, and besides, I am not a pension expert. However, there is a link below where you could download a copy of a member's guide for your reference. What you are about to see in this video are the results of my personal analysis on the 2015 NHS pension scheme. This is not to give you an advice as to whether to opt in or out of the pension program. This is merely for educational purposes only. This is Invictus Pinay, your OFW nurse YouTube companion here in the UK, who believes that life is what we make it. If you are new to my channel, make sure you are subscribed and hit the bell notification down below to keep you updated on my videos about my life in the UK, personal finance, savings, investments, and many more. Now, let's get started! In the video about how the NHS payslip is computed, I showed how the NHS pension is derived. If you haven't seen it, just click the link below. Basically, pension contributions are tax exempt. It is calculated by multiplying the pensionable or basic pay by the pension rate. In the illustrations which will be shown in a while, we shall be using the basic annual rate of an entry-level nurse, which is £24,907, with pension contribution rate of 7.1%. I highly urge you to watch my first video prior this one, so you will be guided well. Well, I don't want to bore you with numbers or with computations. However, I believe that by playing around with numbers, one could easily figure out which one weighs better than the other. Besides, when we talk about pension, we are talking about money, which can entail computing. Numbers can tell a lot of stories and can lead us towards a sound financial decision. So, let's move on. To have a clearer picture of what one is to gain or lose in something, like in deciding whether to be in the pension scheme or not, we have to compare two scenarios. This picture shows you a scenario where you are in the program with contribution of £147.37, which gives you a net earnings or a take-home salary of £1,596.84. Conversely, if you are not in the program, your net pay is £1,714.73. Note that the annual basic pay used here is £24,907 or £2,075.58 per month, which is the base pay of an entry-level nurse, as I've mentioned earlier. Comparing these two scenarios side by side, you can easily see that there is a difference of £117.89 in your monthly take-home pay in favor of not being in the pension scheme. Because obviously, there won't be any pension contributions. Let's dig in further. If you join the NHS pension scheme for a basic monthly salary of £2,075.58, your monthly contribution would be £147.37. Contrarily, if you opt out, your net pay would increase by £117.89. Note, though, that the difference of £29.47 between the two should have been your tax relief had you decided to opt in. Simply put, a person who opted to join the NHS pension scheme in essence shares or contributes £117.89 only each month, while the government puts in an extra £29.47 through tax relief to complete your £147.37 contribution, meaning that amount, or the £147.37 reflected in the payslip as pension contribution, is not the full amount that you will receive if you opt out. The government has to take back the tax relief benefit since you didn't join in the first place. Move further. £29.47 tax relief divided by £147.37 pension contribution equals 20% tax relief as a percentage of the NHS pension contribution, which means that out of the £147.37, the government puts in 20% and the remaining 80% is from the member or employee. By virtue, the government is sharing £353.68 yearly for your NHS pension, which in essence is an amount or the amount you would lose if you opt out. As part of being in the pension scheme, your employer also shells out 20.60% of your basic salary or pensionable pay as their share in your total pension contribution. And since this is out-of-pocket expense of the employer, naturally, it is not shown in your payslip. By being in the scheme, you enjoy an extra $5,130.84 annually from your employer's share of the pie, the amount that you would not enjoy if you opt out. What if you opt out and you invest the $117.89 or $1,415 yearly elsewhere? How will it fare compared to your NHS pension? Note though that the figures you are about to see are based on assumptions only. Let us say that since you opted out from the pension scheme and was able to get an extra take-home pay of $118 each month or $1,415 per year, you have decided to put it in an investment instrument that gives you an annual rate of return of 8% compounded annually. This 8% is net of inflation based on the historical annualized returns of the global stock market in the last century, which is 10%. Let us assume further that your income is increasing at 4% each year, and so does your investment, which is reflected in the increase in your annual savings in this illustration. Doing this consistently, in the next 20 years, your total accumulated amount at the end of the 20th year would be £87,949. This is an illustration of how the pension works, and it's taken from the 2015 NHS Pension Scheme Members Guide booklet. You can go over it by clicking the link I have provided in the description below. Taking out this part from the picture earlier, it says that for someone earning an initial annual basic pay of $18,000 yearly, that increases by 4% per year in 20 years, ending with $37,923 annual basic pay, which is also coined as pensionable pay, could expect an annual pension of $13,422 for life. Now, let me introduce you to the rule of 4%. The 4% rule is a rule of thumb used to determine how much a retiree should withdraw from a retirement account each year. This rule seeks to provide a steady income stream to the retiree while also maintaining an account balance that keeps income flowing through retirement. Following this rule, if you were able to accumulate $87,949 based on our previous illustration, you could take out 4% from it, or $3,517.96 on the first year, and allow the remaining amount to earn interest. I will talk more about the rule of 4% in another video, so watch out for it. Let us compare the two scenarios further. Please note that in a scenario where you are in the program, the initial basic pay or pensionable pay that we used is $18,000. This is based on the 2015 NHS Pension Scheme Members Guide of Illustration of Pension. While if you are out of the program, the initial basic pay or pensionable pay that we used is $24,907, in line with our previous assumptions or computations. Potentially, your annual pension if you are in the program after 20 years is $13,422, while if you are out of the program, it will be $3,507.96, which is 4% of the $87,949 based on our computations earlier, following the rule of 4. Now, your annual pension for life, if you are in the program, is though the amount of the pension is not guaranteed, the annual pension for life is guaranteed by the government. So regardless whether the fund earns or loses, the government is guaranteeing that yearly you will receive something when you retire. Whereas, if you are out of the program, both the amount of the yearly pension and the yearly payout are not backed by the government. It is highly dependent on the individual's diligence in saving and investing and the market condition. Tax relief on pension contribution. Well, if you are in the program, yes, you're entitled for that. But if you are not, no, your increase in your take-home pay as a result of opting out is taxed. Next, tax-free cash lump sum on retirement. This is optional for NHS Pension Scheme 2015. If you are in the program, of course, you are entitled for that. But if you are not, maybe or could be, I really don't know, I haven't dig this in further. Death in service life insurance. Yes, you are entitled for that if you are in the program. If you opt out, of course, if you die while in service, you are not going to get a death benefit or this particular benefit. Ill health retirement benefits if you are in the program, yes. If you opt out, no. 20.6% employer share. Of course, if you are in the program, you will be entitled of it. If not, you won't get that 20.6% employer share. Pension benefits payable to dependents including children below 23 years old. Yes, you are entitled if you are in the program, but if you are out of the program, we're not sure, possibly through inheritance. According to what investment, somebody saving into a private pension may need to invest between 4 times and 6 times the amount of an NHS employee to achieve comparable benefits to those of the NHS pension scheme. Here are some points that you might want to consider. If you opt out, the scheme is not easy to copy. It is designed to be of great advantage to the employees. One's self-discipline will definitely be put to test. With shopping now made easier, the money that would have been allocated for your retirement could be redirected to non-essential expenses. If you opt out, you have to assess your knowledge about different investment options available, as you may probably have to do it on your own. Now, if you opt in, the NHS pension scheme is a good way of paying yourself first. You also need to assess how committed you are with NHS. Do you have any plans of leaving the NHS, or do you really plan to stay long in the UK? If you opt out within 2 years, your refund will be net of tax. Of course, the government has to take back the would have been taxes had you enrolled in the scheme in the first place. Next is the NHS pension scheme is too vague. The better way to understand it is to seek for expert advice. In closing, 2015 NHS pension scheme is a good start to save for retirement, but it may not be enough. One has to weigh the pros and cons prior deciding whether to opt in or out. The NHS pension scheme is just one of the many ways to invest for your financial goals, like retirement. The decision to whether to stay or leave the program is dependent on certain factors like the investment aptitude of the employee, personal circumstances, and many more. The best way to start preparing for retirement is to just get started and be consistent with it, be it through the NHS pension scheme or other means. Remember, too much analysis could bring us to paralysis. Whether you opt in or out, always remember to pay yourself first. That's pretty much it. If you have questions or suggestions, just leave me a comment. Please feel free to share your thoughts about this topic to help fellow UK nurses in their decision making. Thank you for watching. Again, please subscribe and hit the bell notification to keep you updated. If you find this helpful, hit the like button and share this video. This is Invictus Pinay signing off, quoting, "The greatest single source of wealth is between your ears." Have a good day everyone, and until next video, see ya!